Hello, in this short lecture I will give you a few reasons why God doesn't exist. The first reason why God doesn't exist is that God would have never created such an imperfect world. The second reason why God doesn't exist is that God would have never created human beings that are capable to do evil and bad things and deeds. Because God is perfect, He would have created creatures that are not capable to do evil and bad things. And we can ask the question why God created human being at all? Why to create something and test it? And we know that God is perfect and God knows the future. So if the human beings will do bad things and evil, it is the fault of God, and it is maybe a proof that God is not perfect himself, is not omnipotent. And the third reason why God doesn't exist, because God would have never created such a world with a lot of diseases, killings, deaths, and a lot of sufferings of the human beings, a lot of poverty and hunger, and a lot of natural disasters as earthquakes, floods, and hurricanes. So God, that is perfect, would have never created such a world with a lot of bad things. Okay, and the fourth reason why God doesn't exist, because God would have never created an animal that in order to survive must kill other animal. So the survival of one animal is dependent on the killings of other animal. And God would have never created such a reality, because God is perfect and good. So God would have never created the lion that must kill the deer or the lamb in order to survive. Okay, and the fifth reason why God doesn't exist, because we have three monotheistic religions. Monotheistic is that the belief in one God. Yes, and those three monotheistic religions contradict each other in the description of how God created the universe and who is exactly God. It is not the same God in all three religions. So because of the fact that they contradict each other, that is the proof that they are all fake, they are not true. And so the human being itself created God and created all the religions, and they are not true but fake. And there is also a logic reason why God doesn't exist. Because we can ask the question, if God can create such a big stone that he cannot lift himself. So if the answer to this question that he cannot create such a stone, then we can deduce that God is not omnipotent. And if he can create such a big stone that he cannot lift, then there is something that he cannot do. So he is not omnipotent also. So we can deduce that such a being could have never exist, can never exist logically. So that is the sixth reason that God doesn't exist. So that are all the reasons why God doesn't exist. Okay, thank you very much.